It's Angelina Jolie in 4K. Where can you go wrong?
Okay, Rockstar.
What's going on, people? It's your boy, Brass Tacks in this bitch. You already know. Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, and Tomb Raider, the Cradle of Life. Let's not get it twisted. She fine as hell. They're a bit of a guilty pleasure for me. If they were on TV, I'd watch it for two reasons. Firstly, they're okay. And secondly, Angelina Jolie, this bitch, she tasty. But she seems like she's a little crazy. But she's a little crazy, I feel. I don't know, I can't put my finger on it, something a bit off. I don't know what to say. You got the black bars. Shot in 35mm. Visual effects 2K. Digital Intermediate 2K, DTS HD, Master Audio 5.1. There's a lot of nice locations and Angelina Jolie looking fine as hell, but both of these discs for me were a letdown. There is detail, there is added detail in both movies, but primarily you notice a lot more like close-ups. Notice strands of hair, textures in clothing, some of the leaves on the trees. If you're sitting 6 to 8 feet away from the TV, you're not really gonna notice much. For some strange reason, the first movie is a little darker than the second movie. I don't know why. It's not a HDR thing, it's just a weird thing. Black levels look a little darker, but because the first movie is a bit dark anyway, some of the blacks can look a little muddy. There is some added depth, especially in outdoor scenes, but there's nothing really that's gonna blow you away, guys, on both movies. I mean, granted, the second movie, The Cradle of Life, is slightly better looking than the original, but not by much at all. Maybe a couple of pubic hairs. You grab a few pubic hairs, maybe one or two, and that's how much better it is. You know, the first movie where Angelina Jolie is fighting the Ed 209 wannabe in this bitch, you could tell it's CGI. That shit didn't age well at all. God damn, I didn't think it looked that amazing when I watched it the first time. In Cradle of Life, there are some nice scenes where they're kind of gliding through the air. Angelina Jolie and a young Daniel Craig. You know what? Daniel Craig always looked old in this bitch. Have you noticed? Even when he was young, he looked old. I don't know what to say. But there is some added depth, and it is a little bit more detailed, but they're both pretty much hand in hand in my opinion. You wanna know what the HDR is like? You see a beautiful girl, you chatting to her, she in the bar, she look like Angelina Jolie. And you're like, baby, let's go back to my place. Get back to my place, you take your clothes off, she takes her clothes off, she got a dick in this bitch. That's what the HDR is like. It's a disappointment. One thing both of the movies have going for it is locations, set pieces, and color. Disappointing in this bitch. I was expecting so much more pop than what I got. In some cases, in some of the scenes in the first movie, the shit looked duller in this bitch. Some of the explosions were a bit more vibrant. Don't get me wrong, there are certain scenes in this which do stand out and are punchy and bright, but it looks oversaturated in certain parts. Is it an improvement in color? Is there a wider color? Yes, but in some instances on both movies, it's negligible. Can't even tell the difference in that bitch. I wanted to put my sunglasses on and say, but fuck that shit. There are certain scenes where you do see Lara Croft in certain outfits and you're thinking, I'm sure it was a slightly different color. This looks like a slightly wider color. There is a certain sheen with the way the sun bounces off your body, off that ass. It doesn't make up for the whole 4K experience. It needs to be better looking than what it does. It looks like an upgrade, to be honest. I know what to say to you, Shane, all that, I don't know what to say. Dolby Vision adds to it. It's a bit more punchy in areas. It's a bit darker in areas. There are certain things that stand out in the outdoor scenes. You just see a little more vibrancy in some of the trees and in the sky, but you're not missing out if you don't have Dolby Vision. The HDR on these releases are pretty standard anyway, so you're not missing shit. You tell your girl to go sit on a woofer, see what happens. She's gonna sit on the woofer. She's gonna straddle the woofer like this. She's gonna sit down, she's gonna straddle the woofer like this. But guess what? She's gonna sit, she's gonna feel the vibrations, but then she's gonna realize that it's very familiar territory because these audio tracks are the same tracks as the Bluray. So she's gonna know the rumbles in the right place. It's like if you have a chick and she used her vibrator in this bitch and she's been using that for like 4 years, she knows what she's getting. That's not to say it doesn't pack a punch, because for a 5.1 it does in parts, and there is great surround sound, but it's not going to compete with a DTS-X or a Dolby Atmos track. I like these movies. I was expecting more than what I got, but what can you do? But Angelina Jolie ain't never looked better. If you get them bundled in and they're like 20 bucks, then yeah, it is, because it still is the best way of watching. It's not as big an upgrade as I was expecting. It's subtle to me. Angelina, I'm sorry, baby. I know you wanted me to say some good things, but guess what? Transfers aren't all that. If you can get both of them in a pack and they're like 20 bucks, I guess that's worth it. But other than that, you don't pay full price for a very mediocre upgrade, in my opinion. That's pretty much it, guys. You subscribe if you haven't already. I'm gonna catch up with you soon.